Rohinayat. I work with Shekhar for the print. I have two quick questions. The first one is, do you believe that rapists and terrorists should be hanged? Capital punishment for rapists and terrorists. And secondly, our government has criminalized homosexuality in this country. Do you think that section, that law should be changed? Thank you.
See, the laws in any particular nation are made at certain times of its growth and its evolution. Right now, when the nation is continuously being threatened by terrorist action, and the sovereignty of the nation itself is under threat not in one particular area, in many places, we need some stringent laws. Fundamentally, am I for legal killing? I'm not for killing of any kind. Whether you kill an ant or a human being, I don't like it, okay? But without killing, you're not able to exist, so I'm saying at least please minimize it, don't do it beyond what is needed.
And not extrajudicially.
That is not even in question.
Not even a question,
Yeah.
yes.
Even killing of an ant or an insect or a worm, let it be to the minimum, to the extent it is a must for you, not beyond that, because this planet is not just made for you and me. This is the most retrograde idea that has entered human mind is, every other creature is here to serve us. No, they have a life of their own. They have a complete life of their own. I have spent so much time in the jungles of southern India. If you observe birds and animals and other things, you must see the level of organization and involvement they have in their life. A complete life of their own, okay? So they are not here to serve us, they are here to live their life. An ant does not think he's an insignificant life, an ant thinks he's the most significant life on this planet. So having said that, but the nation is in a certain level of evolution. Just trying to transplant laws from nations which are in a completely different state and bring it down here and say, ban this, ban that, take off this, may not work for our country. You must understand this. It's very easy to say, ban the capital punishment. But you ask the families of victims who've not just seen crime, they've seen brutality of the worst kind, unimaginable levels of brutality, which all of you have been reporting and talking about. You think of their families when that man walks tomorrow on the street, how they feel. You must have some way, especially for a terrorist. Capital punishment is not a deterrent because he's coming to die, all right? He wants to die. He doesn't want to live, he wants to die. So a man who wants to die, you have to help him.
And what about rapists? Rapists, she asked.
See, in the country already they made this distinction. In the rarest of rare, I think we should keep it for now. Is this a permanent law? No, I don't believe it should be a permanent law. As a society, as we evolve, as the situations become less and become negligible, then we can say, okay, we can feed him and keep him in the prison.
Right.
But right now, I think it's necessary. But at the same time, there is another face to this killing or threatening a capital punishment for the rapist is, generally the only witness to the rape is the victim. The best thing is not to leave her alone, leave her alive, you know. This will become the trend, this is a danger. So threatening them with too much capital punishment, we're going to hang you, we're going to hang you, on the news channels they're saying, we got to hang him, we have to castrate him. This must go. This must be done gently in the process of law.
Otherwise, he'll be tempted to kill the victim.
He will be tempted, not tempted, he wants to kill because
That's
if you
the only
leave her
witness.
alone, that's the only way he can be caught because that's the only witness there is. So, one thing is you're kind of pushing the society in a way that, you know, people will get killed. We must understand this, we are a society in transition. Please, I want you to listen to this little carefully because immediately you can make conclusions, oh, he's supporting this. I'm not supporting anything. We must understand, we are a society in transition. There was a time, at the age of 14, a girl would get married, at the age of 17, 18, a boy would get married. Let's face it, there are hormonal drives in every human being, all right? Unless they've transcended that and gotten somewhere out of something in their life, every other human being, normal human being has these things. Now they were getting married and this was kind of settled there. Now because of our education process and individual aspirations, on an average, I think girls in India are getting married at 21, 22, boys are getting married 25, 26, and a whole lot of them are leaving their natural habitat of rural existence and moving into Mumbai. I want you to just think about a guy who just moved into Mumbai from somewhere, some remote place of the country. I know you will thrash him, but suppose he finds a job. Who is going to get him married? Where is he going to get married? If he lived in that community, his parents, his mama, his chittappa, his chacha, all these people would work to see that he's married. He says, no, I don't want to get married. Every girl says, I don't want to get married. They will say, no, you must, and somehow fix it up. You must understand, this is not about that. This is about handling fundamental human needs. Societies are driven by human needs, isn't it? Now he lands up in the city, where does his sexual drive go, I'm asking? Where does it find expression? So we need to have a debate. Are we ready for premarital engagement? Or do we want to get married at 14, 15? We must have an open debate about this. We don't even want to talk about it and we only want to hang the rapist. It's not going to work. You must understand, he is also a victim of times. He doesn't know how to handle himself. I am not trying to approve his rape, but have you created an atmosphere where you will turn every young man into a sage? Have you created that? No. Have you provided him an outlet? No. You just think if you close your eyes, it gets handled. It doesn't get handled, it's finding expression in ugly ways. So we need to look at our life. Either we consciously transit with minimum amount of aberration, or it will happen in compulsive ways somehow, in clandestine ways. Even today, I'm sure, even in reasonably well-to-do homes, if any hormonal issue of a boy or a girl means they will handle it in a clandestine way, not in an open way, because we're still not willing to face the human biology straight in the face. We need to do that.
And the other question about the section 377 of IPC, which criminalizes homosexuality.
See, we inherited a whole lot of laws from the British. This is called as the buggery law, even today, in the law book. So this came from that time. And what do I think about it? I think this also needs a debate. Not protests on the street, not trying to make sexual orientation as an identity for a human being. It should not happen. This is unfortunately happening. But what one does in their bedroom is never my business. I never see it as my business.
And should not be the state's business also.
State will not know either.
Right.
State has no means to know. Unless you want to display it on the street, state doesn't know, isn't it?
We are out of time. I am being screamed at, but I'm taking advantage of the